Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you so much for everybody who's been liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate it. I also want to remind everybody that I am doing a giveaway at 5,000 subscribers, so just make sure that you are subscribed and you comment. So, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Today's question is, how do others see you? So let's move on to our gorgeous pile number 1. Hello, my beautiful and talented pile number 1s. How do others see you? The world? People see your progress. The 8 of Cups. Okay, people see that you've made progress and walked away from things that didn't serve you. Justice and the Devil. So in context with the other cues that I have here, I'm going to say that that devil is like whatever hasn't served you, whatever has been an unhealthy pattern, whether it's a person, whether it's behavior, people see that you have emotionally walked away from it. People see you as somebody that has broken old cycles, and people see you as somebody who, because like justice can be about fairness, but I'm almost seeing like the balance aspect of it more. Like people see you as somebody who's making things right in your world. Like wherever, if you've done something wrong, they see you making it right. If you know, you had to walk away from something that wasn't right, they see you walking away from it. Give me a little bit more of clarity on the devil, please. Yeah. If you've had something that has held you back, that has been unhelpful, you're working on it. So people are very impressed with you. People see you as somebody who's, you know, whatever that's held you back in the future just can't hold you back anymore. 9 of Wands. Excuse me. 9 of Wands. A 9 of Wands. People see you as a fighter. People see you as somebody who does not give up easily. People, however, do see you walking away from anything that's not good for you. How do people see you? The Empress and the 8 of Wands. Yeah, people see you as like anything that wasn't good, you've moved on from, whether it was internal or external. They see you working on yourself. They see you being your best self, and they see you rapidly moving forward. How do others see you? The King of Pentacles. The 3 of Wands. The 4 of Wands. And the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, people see you, that you've broken out of old cycles. You've done a lot of self-mastery work, that you know, you may have dealt with a lot of difficulty, but they see you bringing in stability. Like they see you as knowing what you want, and as a result of knowing what you want and working towards what you want, again, like people are seeing you work, people are seeing you get that and be that stable person. How do other people see you? Pile number 1. Strength. Yeah, people definitely see your strength. People see you as somebody, again, like anything that has held you back, you walked away from. You've put yourself in in control of yourself. You've broken out of negative cycles. So people are very impressed with you. People, like, there's definitely there's an inspirational angle. So with the Eye of Ra, I'm getting that you are getting like a greater knowledge. Like some of you have opened up some gifts, greater degree of being able to perceive. With Yoda in the heart, I'm getting that you also are manifesting with your emotions, but you're also in control of your manifestations. You're in control of what you're putting out there. And I feel like there has been some clarity that has given you a greater degree of freedom. So with the mask, are you wearing a mask? Is it somebody that you dealt with? Because obviously you needed to walk away from something. I mean, for some of you, you may have walked away from people who, weren't being real with you. Do people find you mysterious? Because I'm really not feeling like the mask is. I don't feel like you're wearing the mask. Were you wearing the mask? I feel like there is a small percentage of you that you were wearing a mask before. You were hiding things, like it's like, let's just say if you were the one that had been doing wrong, you may have been hiding that. But I'm getting for that's a small subset, assault, excuse me, a small subsection of you. With the mask, I'm getting that you've caught out people who aren't real with you. Like if somebody, so, and again, some of you may have been the person who was wearing a mask. Some of you were dealing with somebody who was wearing a mask. Either way, anything that wasn't healthy, you've walked away from. With prosperity, I feel like people see you, massively up leveling your life, having independence, being a very well developed human being, breaking out of old cycles. Like people know that, you're going, even if for some reason things haven't fully manifested for you yet, people know that it will. People see what you've done. I've also got intertwined with each other. I've got the daughter charm in a heart, and I've got the horseshoe with a little shamrock on it. So I'm getting that, like, there's some kind of luck, and it may have to do with another person, or it may even have to do with maybe something helped you deal with a childhood issue or something along those lines, that it was fortuitous, that it did help you. For some of you, this may be either your daughter or maybe a younger female, somebody that, you more have maternal or paternal feelings towards. So I just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I will say it looks like people are inspired by the growth that you have done. Like, they see the strength in you. And that is something that I feel like, as there will always be people who aren't supportive, but I feel like people see what you've done, people see how you've grown, people see the strength within you, and you're very impressive. Yes, very impressive. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure you're subscribed and you comment. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, booking readings. It all matters, and I'm really grateful. So my gorgeous pile number 2s. What? My gorgeous pile number 2s. How do others see you? How do others see you? Pile number 2. The Hermit. The 9 of Wands. I think people do see a wisdom in you, but they also see you as closed off. You got the 9 of Wands, and then I just pulled the 10. Don't worry, I will put them up for you to see, in the 2 of Swords. So people do feel like you do have this wisdom, but they feel that you're closed off, and they want you to, because I originally thought it was about dropping burdens, but I feel like they see you as somebody who's holding a lot of responsibilities. They see you as somebody who's a fighter. However, they don't feel that you have a clear vision. It's weird because they know that you have like this inner knowing, but like it's like there's an introspection about you, but at the same time there's this mental conflict. With the 4 of Wands, are you somebody who's... So 4 of Wands can be about community, it could be about marriage, it could be about stability. It can definitely be about 2 people coming together. I'm getting with 2 people coming together, like I'm getting that there is somebody who wants to be your partner, like wants to be on equal ground, so that that things have stability. How do others see you? Pile number 2, the Magician. Yeah, people are fascinated by what knowledge you have. People really just feel like sometimes you can make things happen, and they don't know like even how you did it. They just feel like that there is this competence, and you do have this. You have this competence. You have this inner fight. You do have. You do like you're. I'm getting that you take on other people's burdens. But it's almost like you're so busy sometimes dealing with the now, which is important. Like dealing with the now is important, but it's almost like you don't look ahead to what your future is. You do let it get to you because you're paying attention to the crises instead of what your end goal should be. So it's not that people don't respect your intelligence. I feel like they really do. But I think that sometimes they see that you You just think a little too short term, or at least that's their perspective. You have so many wands. Some of you definitely might be a fire sign. I feel like people think that once you're able to put down enough burdens that you can look ahead of you, like you're going to hit a new beginning. Because like it's almost like it's almost like you're blinding your people think that you may be blinding yourself to the future, maybe, not putting things forward towards what could be really stable. And it's not that they feel like it, and again, they don't feel like you're foolish. I feel like they think you're overwhelmed. How do other people feel about you? Judgment. Do they feel like, I feel like people for the most part think that, yeah, you're just dealing with what's ahead of you. You are mentally conflicted, and but it's like people do think that you are going to come into clarity because you do have this intellect and inner knowing. You do have this ability to look inside. You do have this, this ability to manifest what you want. This manifestation. It's just you need to be having that vision towards manifestation. But people realize that you may have to get to a point where you can. It's like there is a part of you that's stubborn. It's like for sometimes you have to come to your own conclusions. And I feel like a lot of people in your life realize that you do need to come to your own conclusions. They are confident that you are going to come to the conclusion that's going to help you see ahead of yourself, help you, end old cycles and enter new ones that, with the knowledge that you've gained, that will help you manifest what you truly want. But I'm getting like, at least at the moment, people are seeing you having a little bit of a stubborn streak. King of Cups, are you the King of Cups? And you may be having a stubborn streak specifically in regards to somebody in your life, somebody with the Five of Pentacles. Is this person on the outside? Like, are you on the... Does this person make you feel a sense of lack? Because what I'm getting is like, I mean, some of you are just like overworking yourselves, so you don't need to deal with something. But I feel like it may be obvious to everybody but you. And like people, like I feel like they're I mean, it may be, I feel like there's some kind of interpersonal relationship that has been, that right now there's, well, there's no balance in. Like there's no, you know, there's a real lack in that area. But I feel like it's with a particular person. It's almost like some of you like may be determined not to give somebody a chance. But both you and I'm getting, does this person want, or how is this person, well, I'm going to maybe ask how they feel about you, but I feel like I need to take one card first. But keep in mind, judgment. Like there is, with this going inside, there's a real need for review. And it's like once you're able to like stop, you know, having this, you know, this energy of, you know, like, I know I'm saying you know a lot, but once you're, you know, open to let some things go, I feel like you are going to have a rebirth, but you are being very, very stubborn. I feel like that there is a need for you, or at least the people in your life think that there is a need for you to show that you care. And I almost feel like it's about a specific person. So how do other people see you shine? It's like people see the value in you, like um they see that you have this inner light. They see that you have this intelligence. They see, but they also see that you're really stubborn. This is transformation. It's like transformation and rebirth, that there's a real need for transformation and rebirth regarding you. And I almost feel like it's really specific to how you interact with a certain person. Like, and there's a need for a transformation in that. And there's also a need that if you're using, you know, if you're not moving forward because, you know, you're being a workaholic, there's a need to transform that. It's almost, I'm getting a lot of, you have a good opportunity and it's like you're the only one who can't see it, but people feel like that eventually you're going to be able to see it. But with, I mean, you may have really just, you know, you may have really been unfair to somebody. Like, and at some point, you know, and I feel like it may have been somebody that is very important on your life path. Like you may have, like, the person that is for you, you might have, you know, really given them nothing. Maybe, and if it's not you, if it sounds like your person, then that might be the case. I feel like that is the case for a few of you. But there is this need to, you know, shine your light, do your transformation, so that you, instead of just fighting this person off and, you know, prioritizing, unfortunately, much less important things, there's a need for you to be in your control, unconditional love energy, And the rose quartz came up, which is also stands for unconditional love. Like, if you're afraid to get emotional or vulnerable, yeah, which you might be, because there's this heart under lock. It's just like, but it's like people can see that this is good for you, and but it's like you're trying to keep yourself blind to it, because if you weren't, then you might be vulnerable. However, there's a call to being your best self. And the problem is this this work, this burden. It's like it's keeping you from what your actual, abundance is. Like, it's a lot of effort, um, and it may, but you know, so like I think that people want you to take the time, go inside, and just know that even though that there has been twists and turns along this journey, that it's still, you know, that it's still a beautiful love. Like, so I'm getting, it's like you have a blind spot. And it's not like, and it's not that people, yeah, because people see you bright, people know that you can do amazing things. Um, but people, occasionally see you doing things that, aren't for your best interest. And they are like, why do you keep doing that? So, hopefully that helps. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you're subscribed and you comment. I also want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, booking readings. It all matters, and I'm really appreciative. So my gorgeous and talented pile number 3s. How do others see you? How do others see you? 8 of Cups. The Magician. So 8 of Cups, 4 of Cups, the Magician, and the 9 of Swords. So the magician is somebody that has everything they need to manifest what they want. So people see you as a very competent individual. But with the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups, there are definitely people who think you're wasting your potential. They think that, even though they see that you have all these gifts, they also see you having this anxiety, not really having enthusiasm. And I feel like people see you emotionally withdrawing. For some of you, you might, you might be dealing with depression. It's like you're having trouble. It's almost like you're having trouble feeling. It's like this. So, I mean, how are people seeing you in regards to the Eight of Cups? Yeah, like people see that you withdrawing is causing, issues. Like it's the Nine of Swords. They think that your anxiety makes things unclear for you. Like there's mental fog. Four of Cups, King of Cups. I feel like a lot of people really value the emotional intelligence that you do have. And it's like it does feel to some people like you've lost your way. Like the thing that you know you were. It's like people have seen you as somebody with emotional self mastery, and right now they kind of see you having the anxiety, having a lack of clarity, retreating away. So the Magician. So even though people see that right now you're not doing well, and that may be an exterior thing, but uh, people feel like you're suffering right now. But people, it's like to some extent they don't understand why you're suffering so much, just because they feel like you have the potential to manifest whatever you want. Now, if you guys are experiencing some sort of depression, it doesn't hurt to get help. I do have the suicide hotline number in if you're having some kind of ideation, as well as um, some other support services. It's down in the description, and that's fully up to you, because depression doesn't necessarily work by having what your potential is. But I'm getting that people have a lot of faith in you, but they're also kind of afraid of the roads that you're going down. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting that people really want you to take one step in front of the other. Just, they feel like that you're going to get there as long as you keep doing the work. But they see this sadness in you. They're seeing you not be have this loss and not be able to see ahead of you for what is still there. With the Death card, I don't know if some of you have experienced a death in the family, or I mean, right now with everything's going on, some of you may know somebody who has died. And for those of you that's the case, I'm very sorry. Um, you know, and I think that there is some feeling of alarm about whether you're going to be okay, and there is going to be a need for this cycle eventually to end. so that there can be a new rebirth. I mean, if some of you did have a death, it's possible that you may have inherited something as well. But right now, people just see you in a lot of heavy emotions. With the Seven of Pentacles, I'm sorry. With that Seven of Pentacles, I feel like people do want to nurture you. I mean, I don't, again, there's a lot of things going wrong this particular year. If you're not watching it during 2020, then, hopefully things have improved. But people do, I feel like people do want to nurture you. People do want to nurture you in hopes that it'll help you put yourself back together. I feel like family wants to be there for you as well. So there is a transition, and behind the transition, is also emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, and this is often a manifestation charm with me. Like, if who else is a space wizard except for Yoda? Like, especially coming from the heart, like the wisdom that you get through this experience is going to help you, but people do need to know that you need a transition, that there is this need to come out of helplessness and take control. And people, just want you to do it step by step, just one foot in front of the other. And they're actually fully okay if you take the time that you need. They just don't want you to get lost. It is going to be important right now of what type of coping mechanisms you use. Because right now, in the state you're in, it's not a good idea to be drinking. It's not a good idea to, you need to have healthier coping mechanisms. And with the wisdom charm, like I do feel like people do think that you're somebody who's wise. They, again, like normally people come to you for emotional intelligence, but they really want you to find your spark again. They want you to find your happiness again. And people want to be there and comfort you. And unfortunately, sometimes things are big enough that it's not easy to comfort people. It's not, even if, and it's also, not easy to figure out how. So patience. I feel like people realize that they need to be patient with you, that, that you need, to be nurtured so that you can start being yourself again. But I feel like if you haven't gone through some trauma, this is probably not your pile. And I feel like the trauma was probably pretty fresh. Yeah. So just know that, people do see you as competent. People do feel like you can make things happen for yourself, but people realize that something seriously has happened, that there needs to be a whole rebirth and renewal. and they think that they're strong enough to do it, but they're aware that they need to be patient because whatever happened was not a small deal. So thank you. I hope that you are able to recover as soon as you can. I hope that you have all the support that you need. And again, I do have some services posted down below in my description if it will help you at all. Thank you so much. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, and booking readings. All right. Pile number 4. Hello, pile number 4. How do others see you? Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Interesting to get the 9 and the 5 because 9 is definitely about abundance and 5 is definitely about lack. Is this a progression? Okay, I feel like a lot of you have really stabilized yourselves. That some of you have dealt with lack and have built yourself up, and maybe with your creative ideas, like you've built yourself up to somebody who is stable. So what is this Ace of Wands? I'm going to say that a lot of people are finding you physically attractive. Like people see you as somebody who's both very grounded. They see you as somebody who's overcome odds, and they see you as somebody very desirable. That people, I also feel like you get a lot of offers. You also have to be, you often have to be really level-headed about which offers you take. The Justice card. Yeah, you're only, I think the knowledge of going through this lack, bringing yourself up to this greater degree of independence, this has really, you aren't going to deal with any inequity. Like you're like, if you don't have anything to offer, there are other people you can be a problem to, like. But yeah, I feel like you're still kind and nurturing, but there's just some places that you're not willing to go anymore because of past heartbreak. Like you are very consciously, you're very consciously saying, like, if you're offering lack, you're offering heartbreak, I can offer you nothing. Like you're calling things. I feel like that there was a real ending in something that forced there to be a new beginning. I feel like some of you have in your independence chose your ideas, chose I feel like a lot of you are choosing your own independence, your own way forward, because of, and I feel like sometimes, and some of that was because, you know, you've experienced people that needed to be left behind. You've experienced situations that weren't good for you. Four of Cups. Is this about, yeah, I feel like you've experienced people who just blind, like blind to the blessing that you are. And because of that, I feel like maybe even some of you have started a business, because you were like, okay, you can offer me nothing, but I'm good on my own. Like I'm going to follow what makes me happy. If you're unable to see quality, that's okay. I was already amazing and I'm only getting better. This is how other people see you. Like people, I mean, there are some people who just shake their head, I think that there are definitely people in your life that shake the head of the stupidity of people who, somehow manage to miss how amazing you are. Like, but regardless, you're like, well, I'm only dealing with fairness. So unfortunately, the people who offered you nothing, and the people who broke your heart, whether this is, I mean, it could be romantic, it could just be a job. Like maybe you were in something where you weren't getting paid for what you were worth, not getting recognized. I feel like you're getting recognized now. How do other people see you? But I feel like in order, yeah, things needed to fall apart to some extent. Like, I feel like even though you did have this pain, this heartbreak, I feel like you got your stuff together. You looked at what you had the opportunity for. So I've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, like, because I'm not getting the Nine of Swords as you. I'm getting that, you know, you like you going off, being independent, doing well by yourself, that actually is causing a lot of anxiety for people. It's like I'm getting that the people who didn't believe in you along the way are now realizing, oh, wait, that they missed out. Ace of Pentacles. But yeah, people see you as somebody who, you're, again, you're only taking fairness, you're following your own drum, you're building your own things. You're leveling up from awesome to more awesome, like, and you know, I'm also getting that a lot of the people who didn't treat you right are realizing that they have nowhere enough. Like they it's like the people who slept on you now realize that they're like they don't have enough to offer. Like they can't get back in. I'm truly getting that some of them are realizing that they were the thing that was holding you back, that you were, that you were just better off without them. Yeah, like I said, things needed to go. So people see you. as somebody who, when everything fell apart, when, like, I feel like there was a time where everything was falling apart. People were kicking you while you were down. I'm really getting that energy. Um, and instead of, you didn't lose, you just built your own thing. I don't, and again, like the people who were blind to your value now realize that you were, I think they're realizing that you may have always been out of their league. Whether it's whether it's romantic, whether it's, in business. I feel like some of you, it's like in business, like like for everybody, there's been and it's almost like people may need your help now, and you're not going to be there. And you're not going to be there because they didn't treat you with any value. So hope. I feel like, for the people, because you really went from, really having anything that wasn't really serving you fell apart, and it was probably really painful and really, really awful. But when that happened, it's what you did is you put your crown on, you worked, you built something for yourself, you had your ideas, and you demanded justice for yourself. So so you do make people nervous. You definitely make the people nervous who, I feel like some of the people who were keeping you down actually are now in need of help, and they also realize that it's really like people were really foolish in regards to you. And you're still somebody who has this soft heart, but again, you're now using discernment. You will only put up with what is fair. And I do know that a lot of the people who did you wrong realized that, they weren't, they were not coming from a good place. They had every intention of keeping you down. But I feel like you do still have these strong connections. When things fell down, you just did a great job of rebuilding your life. Like, people see you and they see somebody who demands justice, who has a clear vision. And also, that's also why some people make them anxious, because they know that you can see through what they were doing. So I've got the bat. And I'm not really getting that you're in a fearful energy. I'm getting because you've elevated yourself, a lot of the people who harmed you, who really meant to, are now afraid that there might be repercussions. I've got the heart under lock. I'm really getting that if people, weren't there for you when you needed it, if I mean, not everybody's, perfectly able to, but if people were kicking you when you're down, um, and I feel like that did happen, that now your heart space, it's still a lovely, beautiful heart space, but your heart space is closed off to those people. And some of those people want your help. Some of those people think that they're going to get repercussions. But mostly I feel like, you're just doing one step ahead of the other. You're just trying to take care of your business. I've got the cold heart. Again, I feel like there were some people who were very specifically, they just, there are some people, when they see somebody who's vulnerable, their nature is to harm. That's certainly not everybody, but I do feel like that you ran across a few of those. So if for some reason, if you ever wondered whether like they had better intentions, like they really were cold-hearted. They really were trying to mess you up. The problem is, maybe like for some of you, it could be like you lost your job, and you may have lost your job because people, were not honest and were doing sketchy things. But now I almost feel like if you lost your job, now the people at your job are in a worse off position, and again, like you may have started your own business, like you've definitely made yourself better. So people see you, like there are definitely people who see you as inspirational because they see that, when people take you out, you only get better. And for the people who meant you harm, they see that, you know, they don't have any leverage over you. So with the turtle, I feel like people think that, what you're doing has longevity and love. Like, I feel like people, you do have, I feel like, you didn't get hard, you didn't get cold. I feel like you still invest in the loving connections in your life. So with this is emotions underneath the surface. But I'm getting that people are, I feel that people have realized your depth. People have realized that, I just heard what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like, and again, I think that's why some of the people who did you wrong now have some fear because, but I feel like ultimately you just got your freedom. So I think that you're not as interested in revenge. I mean, you probably don't like these people. And you're certainly not going to help these people. But I don't really see, I feel like what somebody tried to do to you only made you more you. Again, for some of you, some of you are earth signs, just because there's enough things there. But yeah, it's like people tried to take you down, and what they did was unlock your potential. So people think that you are very impressive. Some people you really give hope to. And you're just off being your best self. And you're and after one level up, you just level up again, like. So I want to say thank you. I really appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you're subscribed and you comment, and then you're in the running for that. I want to say thank you so much, and bye.